What's up, super soldiers? I've never said that before.
So I've never been on a train before, but I always wanted to ride on a train.
I know it sounds a little bit silly. It's always been a dream to ride on a train. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I grew up watching Harry Potter, so I get to see like Hogwarts Express. You know, that blows my mind. Like, it just seems so fun. So we had an opportunity to take an Amtrak to San Antonio. It's like a nice little trip.
We would be departing from the Fort Worth Central Station. We arrived a little bit early, but little did we know our train was a bit late. It took 1 hour and 43 minutes after our train was originally supposed to leave before we could even board.
Oh, it took an hour.
I know.
God.
Like, literally.
Here's the thing though, like I've always heard that Amtrak sucks. I've always heard it's like nasty. You could get robbed. So not exactly the Hogwarts Express.
Absolute trash business. Last minute forced downgrade from business to coach. No explanation, no apology, no voucher, nothing.
I only gave 1 star because they don't have 0 as an option. Worst travel experience I ever had. Pathetic is an understatement. No text alerts, train showed up 4 hours late after claiming to be an hour and a half late, ignorant ass employees and customers as well. Loud and stinky.
There's 5 things that I'm gonna be reviewing on this train ride. First up, seating. I like that you can just sit wherever you want. I'm pretty sure that the train doesn't get cleaned, like, at all. But the seats didn't feel dirty, they didn't look old, they didn't look beat up or lumpy.
A lot of the seats are worn out and lumpy.
All right, first off, reclining seats, look at this. What's up?
We had these really neat pull-out trays that were on the back of every seat, and we also had footrests.
Look, there's even like outlets right there too. There's an upstairs cart and there's a downstairs cart, and we got to ride on the upstairs cart, which was freaking cool. 8 out of 10. All right, moving on next, we got comfortability. Honestly, not that bad. I mean, like, I wasn't in pain, and we had a lot of leg room, so that was really nice. Oh shit. Shit. There was one thing, there's one gripe that I have. On like the little like pull-out tray, there's a small indentation on the tray for where you put your cups and your cup holders. It should just be a cup holder. Walking through the cars is actually a nightmare. Like the entire time you're getting jostled around, you're praying that you don't fall. At the end of the day, just like some handrails along the ceiling would go a long way, I'm pretty sure. But considering that the train was an hour and a half late and a 4-hour car drive is 8.5 hours by train, why is it so rough if it's so slow?
Just made it to Austin. It is 8:50. Oh my god.
Another thing about comfortability is AC. It didn't feel like there was any AC in the train car, like at all. Like every once in a while, you would get hit with like a gust of wind and you're thinking like, oh, finally the AC is getting turned on. No, it was just in there. 5 out of 10. Next up, we're talking about food. Okay.
You wanna go look at the food?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go, lead the way.
Okay.
We're currently on the food train. Food cart. It's pretty cool.
The prices are ridiculous on the food items, especially when you look at the food. I waited 6 minutes to get a burger and I was genuinely like scared to eat it. But when I actually got the microwavable burger, it was like a plastic meat. It was like rubber bun.
That's just like plastic. A little bit.
I genuinely almost lost my appetite, and the reason why is because when I was sitting there looking at the burger, was thinking back, and it reminded me of that one picture of the school lunch, the barnacle burger. Yeah, that image popped in my head before taking a bite. I was like trying to stay positive though, so like whenever I was like in the moment, I was like, oh, it's not that bad, it's fine, it's gonna be good. The kettle chips were good. The kettle chips just made the entire food experience that much better. 3 out of 10 for the food. That's all probably just the kettle chips. So I was actually sick during our trip, or I was starting to get sick. So bathroom breaks were a must because I was constantly going in there to blow my nose. First off, I genuinely thought that they were porta potties at first glance. Like when I walked in there was like pee and there was like toilet paper stuck to like the bowl. And so I honestly thought it was the toilet didn't flush. So when I left the bathroom the first time, I did not flush because I didn't think that they did. The only way that you can see the button to like push it to flush is if you're sitting down. But I mean, like, yeah, they were just disgusting. Like it was hard to be in there. Standing there trying to pee and just being like this, like, subscribe, am I funny? I'm not funny. Bathroom, 1 out of 10. Next up, we got the staff. So the food cart guys were actually terrible. Bo actually said that the entire staff was so rude, and they really were. From the moment that we said hello to the moment that we got off the train and said goodbye for probably ever. And on the train ride back, the snack car guy on the second car was like even worse. He yelled at like this old Mexican lady that was behind us, which is like, why? Why are you yelling at her? So when you walk into a store, naturally you walk up to the employee. So we walked up to the employee. Lady saw us walk up to the employee. She's out of instinct walking up to the employee. And then he's like yelling at her. She's like, you need to get back behind the trash can. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And we were like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? So yeah, the staff was just terrible. And there's also no help navigating the platform when you're looking for your train. And if you ask somebody for help, they aren't gonna help you unless your train's actually there. Staff, -5 out of 10. So Amtrak scored 12 points out of 50 points. I don't think I was too harsh in my review. I was pretty honest about everything. Yeah, it was an experience, to say the least. Not as bad as a lot of those reviews made it seem, but it was not great. But the trip was fun. And honestly, even though like the review and like the train itself wasn't great, I still had a fun time being on the train and like riding it, even though I was sick. So yeah, I don't know. I will definitely be riding trains again, just not the Amtrak. Enjoy your day.